Hello everyone. So in today's video we are going to see how to download Apache Tomcat and configure on your macOS machine. And through this Apache Tomcat, as it's a web container, you can deploy your web application and you can test at your local macOS machine. So let's get started. So first we need to open our web browser. You can go with any web browser. I'm going with Google Chrome and I'm just going to google.com and typing Apache Tomcat. So within the search results, the first URL tomcat.apache.org, I'm going to open this website, that is the official website for Apache Tomcat. So I'm going to download the latest version, that is Tomcat 10, that has been listed up here. So I'm just going to click on this Tomcat 10, and navigating downwards we can see the version that has been listed or comes up in Apache 10 is 10.0.27. So in the binary distributions tab we can see there is a core. So inside this I'm going to download the tar.gz version, gz file, not the version. So according to your machine, I'm doing it for Windows, I'm doing it for Mac, so I'm going to download tar.gz file. Okay, so if you are doing for Windows, you can download the 64 Windows zip file. And if you wanted to configure the same in your Windows machine, you can go to my channel and watch the video where I have step by step provides you detailed description how to download and configure the Apache Tomcat. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this tar.gz and this is going to download this file. So my file has been downloaded. Now what I need to do is I just need to copy this, or I just need to extract this. Okay, so I have extracted this. Now I'm just going to open the search bar and I'm just going to open the terminal. Here I'm just going to go to this directory downloads and write ls. Okay, this is asking me for access to downloads folder. I'm allowing it. Okay, now I need to go to this Apache Tomcat. The Apache Tomcat that you have extracted, we need to go to this folder. Here we need to write command ls space -al, and we need to see what all files contain in it. Okay, now I'm going to go to this folder and there is a bin folder. Inside this we have certain number of sh files. Okay, and just going backwards here, there is also certain files that has been listed up here. Okay, but we need to go to the bin file and there are sh files. So this sh file, some of those files we need to change the permission to make it executable. Let me show you here. I'm going inside the bin folder and here I'm just typing one command, ls space -al *.sh, and I'm viewing all the sh file that has been present inside this bin folder. So you can see that okay, read, write, executable, write, read, and all those permission has been already there for my Apache Tomcat. But what if these permission hasn't been listed up on your machine? So there is a command through which you can change the permission and make them executable. So the command is chmod space +x. X means I'm adding the executable permission to all these sh files, space *.sh. With asterisk you can select all the sh extensions file. If you wanted to go with one by one, then you need to type each file name. Okay, so I'm just going with all the file at once. So *.sh. And also you don't need to worry about these commands. I will be providing all these commands in the video description, so you can pick up from there and just copy and paste it on your terminal so that it will be easy for you. After entering this command, all my sh files have already executable permission, but still I'm just running this command for the sake of you guys. Okay, now I'm just viewing this all those sh file again. So you can see there is one executable permission added, rest all other files are same because my files have already executable permissions added. Okay, so there are two files here. You can see there is one startup.sh and there is one shutdown.sh. So we mainly use these two commands to start up the Tomcat server and shut down the Tomcat server. So let's start the Tomcat server. So for that I'm just going to write ./startup.sh, and this is going to start my Tomcat. If you are working on any Linux based environment, then you need to if you want to start up the start up any file, then you need to write ./ and the name of that sh file. But if you are working on any Windows based environment, then or you are starting on the Tomcat on any Windows based environment, then you just need to write startup.sh, don't need to write ./. Okay, so my Tomcat has been started. Now I need to go to the web browser and just type localhost 8080. You can see Apache Tomcat has been started and it's running. Now if I need to stop this, I'm just going to write ./shutdown.sh. My Tomcat will be stopped, and if I reload this page again, you can see it is unable to find that URL. Okay, so Tomcat, using these commands startup.sh and shutdown.sh, we can start and stop the Apache Tomcat. So using these commands you can start and stop, but if you want, there are some other configurations file listed up in conf folder. You can also view those files. There is one file, I'm just going to show you that file, server.xml. Let me open this. So by default the port on which Tomcat container hosts its web application is 8080, but in some scenarios where you guys have already attach that 8080 port to some other application or some other server, so you can also change that. In server.xml file there is a configuration listed up here using connector port 8080. Through this you can change your Tomcat port. Okay, and if you are going to going up with the deployment process, then inside the Apache Tomcat folder there is a web apps folder. You just need to paste up your var here and just start up your Tomcat. So Apache Tomcat will deploy this var file or jar file inside this web apps and can start your application. And if you want to read some logs, or if there is an exception or error comes out while deploying or while starting up the Tomcat, you can just read out those logs inside the logs folder. There are two major logs where we can find our complete stack trace or summary of that exception, error, or whatever the problem occurs while starting up the Tomcat or while deploying the application. So the one is Catalina log and the other one is localhost log. Okay, also let me start up my Tomcat again using startup.sh command. So my Tomcat has been started. You can see that it will using JRE home JDK 17.0.4.1. that is by default the JDK that I have configured in my bash profile or Z shell environment file. Okay, so it will pick up the JDK 17, but if you don't have any JRE or JDK installed upon your machine, then the first step before configuring or installing the Apache Tomcat on your macOS machine, you need to first download and then install the JDK and then configure on your bash profile or Z shell environment file in your macOS machine. So I have already made up that video like how to configure and on your JDK on your macOS machine. So you can also go to that video and watch all those steps and configure the same, and then you can start up your Tomcat. So I will also provide you the URL for that video in the video description, so you can go to that video and watch how to configure JDK on your macOS machine. So using you can see that there is JRE home, it will pick by default from this location. Okay, so in this way guys, we can download and configure the Apache Tomcat on our macOS machine, and you can deploy the application in the web apps folder, and we can test that in our local environment. So that's it for today guys. Thank you. Have a nice day.